Hi everyone, today we are making brownie, and for the detailed ingredient and step, please refer to the description in this video. Yeah, but I'll briefly explain. For the wet ingredient, we will basically need butter here and chocolate, 1 drops of vanilla essence. Yeah, so make sure that you have the double boil method with the boiling here water, and then put this metal bowl on top where you have to melt the chocolate. Now put in all this chocolate that we have prepared together with the butter. Now I have to scoop in the butter. I'm using butter here because it is more flavorful. Yeah, so see, I'm spreading it down. Okay, I'm also gonna put some oil in. Is to balance the butter in making the brownie more moist. If there is too much butter, right, then it might form a very cakey texture in the brownie. Yeah? Please remember that your chocolate and butter oil ratio has to be more than your dry ingredient, which is your flour and cocoa powder, as well as the sugar mixture. Just to make sure that we are making a dense brownie. Okay, so now it's all done already. We will remove it out from the boiling water and let it set here while we now move to do the dry ingredient. Now for the dry ingredient, I'm going to crack some eggs into the sugar. Cracking the egg in. So I need 3 eggs, and make sure that the eggs is in room temperature. So now I'm mixing 1 egg in, then I'm going to start to mix another one until it looks a bit creamy, right? Then we will start to whisk it up. Yeah. The action of the egg, right, and sugar is to have the fluffiness in the muffin. Adding another egg into it, and I'm mixing it. The action of the egg and the sugar mixture, right, when you whisk, right, it is to help mix the brownie rises, yeah, so that it's not flat. But because actually we are doing the so-called Fudgy brownie, so it actually doesn't really matter whether you whisk your egg mixture to pale yellow. You don't have to, but I want to have some volume, so I will whisk it. If you're happy with a flat brownie that is just dense enough and not for the look of having it to have some rise, you actually can just mix the sugar and egg right into the chocolate here. Right into it, and then the sugar will actually melt faster, right? But I wanted to have some rise in the brownie, so I'm going to whisk it to a little bit pale, right? And make sure that you use brown sugar if you want your brownie to be moist. Brownie mixture, chocolate mixture into the egg mixture, so that it has the mix properly before we add in the flour mixture. Okay, so now we mix everything together. Before we throw in the flour, we have to make sure that it is in a very creamy consistency. Like this kind of drippy consistency is okay. So now we will have to throw in the flour and cocoa powder mixture. So now we will fold the flour slowly. Okay, I want to make sure that all the flour mixture is into the bowl. brownie pan. Yeah, so this is the brownie pan. We will first have to oil it so that when the brownie is done, it will not stick to the pan. Okay, so now I'm lining it so that to make sure that that's oil so that it will not stick to the pan. Okay, this is how you oil your brownie pan. Yeah. And for this type of tray, right, because they have holes here, so the amount of batter is very little. It's not a whole pan to be exact lah. This is divided out. Therefore, the baking time, right, will reduce in your oven as well as the temperature. The traditional, right, full pan brownie, right, usually calls for a recipe that bakes at 180 degrees for 30 minutes or more. So, but because ours is just a divided small batter size pan, so we will bake it for just 20 minutes. Then it should be done. Okay, so now I'm bringing in the brownie. I'm going to put in some pecan later. Pecan nuts. Yeah, because you know, chocolate brownie goes well with pecan nuts, so I've got some prepared and later I'm going to put that in. So you just line all of the holes up, so you'll make exactly 12 brownies here. I'm putting in the pecan nuts into the mixture here. Yeah. Whether is the batter already completely baked, because it is better to be underbaked than overbaked, as we want to have a fudgy brownie, right? Not a very dry, crumbly brownie. Yeah, so let's wait. Okay, so now it's just 15 minutes, but I need to take it out to check because it looks like my brownie is almost done. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. 15 minutes of bake. And because I actually whisk my egg, so you see that it actually rises. So now I'm sticking it in. You see, right? This is looks still a bit, yeah, so it's done already. So our brownie is done now. We are going to show you what it looks like inside. Brownie out like that. See? You just put in the toothpick, right, and then you take it out like that. So here is our 12 brownie. Yeah. So let's take a close look at the brownie that I've cut here. You can see this one. Inside, right, is actually very moist. Yeah, and quite dense as well. Yeah, and it actually has some volume, and it's not very flat because I have whisked the egg. Yeah, so this is our brownie.